Good morning, Year 4. It's Thursday, the 4th of June, and today we're going to be answering test-style questions. And these test-style questions normally come from a text that you haven't seen before, an unseen text. And we're practicing this, aren't we? Because eventually in test questions, you will get a text which you haven't seen before, and you have to read it and digest it and understand it to be able to answer questions. So this is what we're going to look at today. Another historical piece about the Anglo-Saxons, and then there are a few questions, different types of questions for you to answer. So I'm going to read this to you now. Are you ready? You might believe that the Anglo-Saxons are long gone, and to a certain extent you'd be right. As far as Britain is concerned, their time was really between the 8th and 11th centuries. But there are still traces where they live on, if you know where to look, including your own address. Many of the place names that are so familiar to us today actually came from Anglo-Saxon roots. If your hometown's name ends in Bury or Borough, Tun or Ley, then the Anglo-Saxons started a settlement there. Your next question is, what do these roots mean? So that's the text there, and it is true, lots of ancient historical times, they settled, people came over from different countries, and they settled in Britain, and a lot of the places, what we have now, are taken from the Anglo-Saxon original names. So here what I've done for you is I've put the text again, and again it is on a Word document if you would like to print them off together, but you don't have to, don't feel that you have to do this. You don't have to print it off. You can do it straight from screen. So there's just 3 questions here. And number 1 says, to a certain extent, you'd be right. So that bit's in italics there because it's taken straight from the text. Okay? In this context, which words are closest in the meaning to a certain extent? Circle 1. So again, even in these questions, it says in this context, because it could mean something different in another type of text. So in this context, which is what we're talking about here, which words are closest in the meaning to a certain extent? Circle 1. Okay, so to a certain extent, is it going to be, are you totally sure? Extreme amount, without question, or in some ways. So read those examples where it should be a certain extent in here and see if it fits for our context. Question 2, again, if you look at that bit there, that little bit of text there is in what's called italics. It's a little bit wonky, isn't it? And that means it's taken straight from the text here. Again, in which context, which word is closest in the meaning to concerned? Circle 1. So again, have a read through. Is it involved? Is it worried? Is it extinct? Is it invaded? In this context, which word is closest in the meaning to concerned? And question 3, according to the text, so if you read the text, does it mean this? When did the Anglo-Saxons have their time? So when were the Anglo-Saxons around in Britain? So again, I feel that this text is interesting and it does have its roots now. So maybe that's something that you could look up yourself. You could research yourself Anglo-Saxon names in our area. Okay, I mean, for starters, we've got Horbury, Dewsbury, Scarborough, yeah, Otley. There's lots of things. Overton. So you could have a look at that and make a list of all the villages and towns or even cities that were named from Anglo-Saxon times. So I hope you enjoy doing this work today. I've loved being with you this week, and obviously there'll be special mentions tomorrow, so there'll be no reading from me. So have a great weekend, take care of yourselves, keep smiling, do something new and exciting, and enjoy this time with your families. Okay, goodbye from me, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye, Year 4.